We have a great guru in our life. But one cannot attain self-realization just by attaining, or say, seeking a true guru, a Sadguru. Just by having a Sadguru in your life, you will be on the right path. But not necessarily you will attain self-realization. You need to have true knowledge of yourself. I'm not using the word soul, though now we have already accepted the existence of soul, that is another thing. But unless and until you possess the true knowledge of yourself from a true Sadguru, so true Sadguru is necessary, but by only seeking a true Sadguru, not necessarily attain self-realization. You need to have true knowledge, samyak gnan, true knowledge of yourself. Who, kaun chu, true knowledge of yourself. And that's exactly what the disciple is doing, trying, presenting his doubts, requesting the Guru to address it, clarify his doubts, eliminate it. That's exactly what we saw. Haji to first step of the whole romantic story. 6 pad sudhi. But we saw the whole structure in the first pad. The disciple, he presents his doubts so freely, without any scare, and requests for a satisfactory solution. And the Guru answers the root cause, then addresses one by one, then concludes, and everything seems so complete, so conclusive and convincing. Both convincing and conclusive. So, by the master's explanation regarding the first fundamental of the soul, say, so knowledge of the soul, regarding the existence of the soul. So he explains through logic, examples. Love and all is if you feel so, but logic is very clear. So logic and examples, that is two things we can mention here. That is very clear. And the disciple understood. What did he understand? He understood that the body and the soul are two separate entities. This much is clear. Jad Chaitanno Bhinna Che Keval Pragat Swabhav. So first thing he understood by the whole explanation in just body and the soul are two distinct entities having specific attributes. Specific. And because they have specific attributes, they can be distinguished very clearly. Kya Chetan che, a Jad che. It's showing you time, no? Still? So you know why you are calling this Jad Pudgal, and why this is not Atma, Chetna, soul. Because you know the time from it, but this substance does not possess the quality of your favorite word, knowingness. Every participant in the quiz have used this one word, knowingness. Consciousness bole ke na bole, but knowingness is. Right? It's knowable. This is knowable. It can be known by some conscious entity, but this entity cannot know. This entity does not know that Rakesh Bhai is knowing him right now, because it does not possess consciousness. So, number one, body, soul are two separate entities with distinguished qualities. And if we want to revise, what example had I given? Football team, and we can distinguish cricket rakho. Chalo ne, मैं cricket नो किधर तो cricket rakho. Green and blue by the color of the clothing, we can distinguish. Bale durti dekhata ho and we can't even see their face, but we know this is Pakistan running. And this is India running wala bowling kare, A team wali kare, to aap batting aave, right? If Pakistan is running, okay, ene run leta karo, to aane e karo. But you can distinguish it by their clothing. And evi te Jad Chetanne by their attributes. You need to study in detail what are the attributes. And અહીંયા તો હજી એક જ બતાવ્યું છે. I think in this path he will show more attributes of Jad. Jad, Rupi, Drashya, many attributes. Soul nu to we know one, knowingness. True? So, two teams can be distinguished by the color of the clothes, and in the same way, two separate entities which can be distinguished by the attribute. Just visualize two monks meditating in a cave. They may be so near, but as they are meditating, they don't interfere with each other. In the same way, two substances occupy the same space, still they don't interfere with each other. Same space for a long time, but they don't interfere. Which example did I give? Revision kari lau thodu. Two brothers who have different nature can't stay in one house. They'll separate. But two substances, totally different, diametrically different nature, can exist in the same space because they don't interfere with each other. Jad and Chetan, they don't interfere with each other. So, why? Because they remain steadfast in their own nature. They don't merge. Trane kal dvaya bhav ekapanu pame nahi. Trane kal dvaya bhav. Meaning they don't merge, they don't dissolve, they are not reduced to one substance. They remain steadfast in their own nature. For example, soul remains steadfast in its nature of past tense ma, present tense ma ke future tense ma. In all time, trane kal dvaya bhav. Eternally through past, present and future, it remains steadfast in its own nature of, say, knowingness. And so it's so easy if you develop the discriminative knowledge called Bhed Gnan, Bhed Vignan. If you have that Bhed Vignan, it's so easy. Surgeon Burgeon beta che ke એની granddaughter સાથે જ છે? You are here. Okay, good. So, તમારે કોઈ વાર બી કોઈની ટ્યુમર કાઢવાની આવે એવું બને? હા? So, a surgeon surgery કરે અને ટ્યુમર કાઢવાની હોય, just correct me, તમે ફૂલ ટ્યુમર કાઢો, અડધી ન કાઢો. કાઢવાની હોય તો ફૂલ કાઢવાની, if it's possible, right? કેન્સરસ હોય કે કાંઈ બી હોય કે ટ્યુમર કાઢવાની હોય તો તમને એમ થાય કે કંટાળો આવે છે, અડધી રહેવા દો ને અડધી કાઢો, કે હવે આટલી બધી તો કાઢી, હવે થોડી રહેતી તો વાંધો નહીં. નીકળી શકતી હોય તો તમે ફૂલ કાઢો, અને તો બી થોડો વધારે ટાઈમ બાકી હોય ને એનર્જી બાકી હોય તો બીજા બધા ઓર્ગન્સ બી કાઢી નાખો ને. No? So, સર્જન કે ના, અમે ટ્યુમર ફૂલ કાઢીએ અને ટ્યુમર સિવાય કંઈ ન કાઢીએ. અને યો ભેદ વિજ્ઞાન આખા દુનિયામાંથી શુદ્ધાત્માને ફૂલ કાઢી નાખો, અને એના સિવાય ડોન્ટ ટેક એનીથિંગ ઓફ ધ જડ વર્લ્ડ. This is Bhed Vignan. So for that you have to understand what is Shuddhatma, what is its attributes, its dravya, gun, paraya, which I am not touching right now. But if you have that discriminative knowledge, you would be able to discriminate this pure soul from all the material objects, though they occupy the same space. You need to have that discriminative knowledge. So in Darshan window, I had told someone, okay, if you ask someone to get lemon and if they get oranges instead of lemon, what does it mean? That person who gets oranges, considering it lemon, does not know the nature of one thing. Two things, but he got no. So okay, he does not know the nature of lemon also and orange also. When he gets oranges, considering it lemon, so he doesn't know what is a lemon and he doesn't even know what is an orange. બેમાંથી એક પણ બરાબર આવડતે તો he wouldn't have got that. And if you are seeking for happiness in the world, you don't know the nature of the world, meaning the material objects, and you don't know the nature of the soul, both. Don't say I'm seeking for happiness because I don't know the nature of the soul. No, you don't know the nature of Pudgal also, or matter also. Because at least you would say, not this. I don't know what is soul, where is the soul, but this does not have happiness. This cannot deliver happiness to me. But you are fine with that substitute. Rather, you are seeking it. So you don't know the nature of Jad also and the nature of. So when we just talked about the existence of the soul, but to believe in the existence of the soul, you need to know the nature of the soul. Till then, how do you say that soul exists? It would just be blind faith and nothing else. True? Okay. So, by virtue of Guru's explanation, 10 verses Guru explains through logic, through examples regarding the existence. And as the Guru goes on, the disciple's mind, inclines. થોડો થોડો સદગુરુ તરફ ઢલે છે એનું મન. And he is getting convinced regarding, I would use one more word before saying existence of the soul. The possibility of the existence of the soul. Because that's what is shown in the first verse. And it's a beautiful word. I think I need to only explain that word and that's enough. Sambhavate no thayet. Because it's yet just intellectual conviction, not experienced as so. So it's like, now I do accept. It seems possible. It seems acceptable. From the clarification you have given, O Guru, it seems that there can be something. Now, whether to call that knowingness as a substance or just as an energy or an attribute of the matter itself, that I need to figure it out. But there is something, a simple example of a dead body. So you know that there is something like knowingness, but should I call it a different, distinct substance? And for that you need to come for the campfire sessions again. So he is inclined to believe in the possibility of the existence of the soul. Just when he is convinced regarding the possibility of the existence of the soul, another doubt arises in him. Crook lage cha disciple. He's not just happy and saying thank you and going away. So he's saying, yeah, I feel it is possible that there can be a substance which is not a material substance, which is purely a spiritual substance with the attribute of knowingness. It may be possible. Another doubt arises, and that is not regarding the existence of the soul, because now even I find it may be possible, it seems possible, but regarding the creation and the destruction of that entity called soul. So, in its eternal nature or indestructibility of the soul, because he has never seen knowingness without a body. You are understanding? You are a living body. You have the attribute of knowingness. Till now, I thought it is the attribute of matter only. But now it seems possible that it can be a distinct. But when you die, that knowingness is not there. And there is no proof that that knowingness is continuing. So this fellow, he is not believing in past birth and next birth and the transmigration of the soul. He is accepting knowingness as another substance distinct from the body. But it can be, he has always seen, પેલી બેબલી બોર્ન થઈ પછી રડે નહીં એટલે પછી ધબાધબ એના બમ્સ ઉપર મારવાનું એટલે પછી મેં સ્ટાર્ટ કરે એન્ડ મે બી ત્યારે સોલ બોર્ન થતું હશે મે બી અને જ્યારે છેલ્લો શ્વાસ આમ કરે એટલે ત્યારે વી સે કે ડાયડ સો ધ નોઈંગનેસ બટ વાય ડુ યુ સે ધ નોઈંગનેસ વેન્ટ અવે and now he's going to take another body? What is, anybody has that, any proof regarding it? So say then now the body is also destroyed and the soul is also destroyed. That knowingness is also, so the knowingness created, that liveliness is always seen created with the body and getting destroyed with the body. So though it is distinct from the body, but say it is like twins, both get born together and both die together. The body and the soul, both are created together. તમારે womb માં કરવો હોય તો womb માં ગણો પણ why do you say the soul came from some different body and all? Just say કે અહીંયા પેલું embryo બન્યું અને એની સાથે the soul was created. And when the person dies, so the soul dies there and there. And then even the body is disintegrated, when you burn or, je bhi karo te. So this is not yet clear whether the soul is created, not created, will get destroyed, or it is immortal, eternal. So he's confused. So when you're confused, what do you do? When you're confused in the quiz, what do you do? Except for a few idiots, they look at me. Right? Some idiots will try to think. Answer kya છે આખા એમાં. But now you have to just look at me and you'll get some hint you'll get. And I've learned this from the Atma Siddhi Shastra disciple. So when you're confused, just present your doubts to your Sadguru and request for a satisfactory answer. That's it. આટલા બધા દુઃખી રહેવાની પણ જરૂર નથી when you have a Sadguru in life. And so to gain a satisfactory solution and a firm conviction regarding the eternal nature of the soul or the immortal nature of the soul, or what actually happens to that liveliness, is it created, uncreated? Is it going to get destroyed or is it going to stay? It is immortal. It's going to stay. If it's going to stay, then what is going to happen? Because he has never seen soul, so forget using the word soul, or I can use the word soul now. Soul without a body. He has not seen any Siddha Bhagavans right now. Siddha Bhagavans are soul without a body. But he has not experienced any Siddha Bhagavan. So he said, knowingness I have seen with the creation of the body and I have seen it go with the destruction of the body. So I have doubts regarding its continuity. Are you clear? Kya frame of mind ma this disciple is right now? Though we have a lot of questions pending regarding the first pad, that we'll solve it slowly. But going ahead in this journey, so the Shishya, he puts forth his doubts in the form of queries. He is a smart fellow. He is saying, I don't believe that the soul is eternal because, and then he puts forth his arguments. So the whole structure of this section of Sri Atma Siddhi Shastra regarding the second fundamental truth of the soul, that the soul is eternal. That's the second truth regarding the soul. First, soul exists. Second, soul is જેને જે શબ્દ ગમતો હોય, ઇમોર્ટલ ગમતો હોય તો એ લો, ઇટર્નલ ગમતું હોય હોય, એવરલાસ્ટિંગ એવરલાસ્ટિંગ નહીં, લાસ્ટિંગ જેમાં આવે એ નહીં લેવાનું, લોંગ લાસ્ટિંગ નહીં, એવરલાસ્ટિંગ નહીં, લાસ્ટ ના આવવું જોઈએ, એન્ડ ના આવવું જોઈએ. So he doesn't feel that the soul is immortal. Saying why I do feel this way, I have two queries regarding it. One, soul is not eternal. And second, okay, it seems to me that soul is momentary. It lives only for a moment. It dies the next moment. First is, detail ma jancho, I'm just showing you the structure. So the total section is of 12 verses. 3 by the Shishya and 9 by the Guru. 3 by the Shishya, disciple, and 9 by the answering by the Guru. So in this 3, 59, 60 and 61, till 58 it was the first section, first pad. 59, 60 and 61. So in 59, he just says, I accept the possibility of the existence of soul. I'm convinced by your clarification. And in 60 and 61, he puts forth two arguments regarding soul is not eternal or soul is transitory to the extent momentary, only for one moment and then it's no more. Not even for 70 years of your life, only for one moment. Transitory to kharu, but transitory to the extent only exists for a moment. And let's see how he puts forth. And actually the first one is because of the influence of Charvak philosophy, and second, Buddhist philosophy.